Hey everybody, here we are again, Nukes Top 5, and as indicated uh, and shared, uh, I printed out the hotkeys because you know my brain don't work like that to remember keys. I can tell you how to rewire a 20 kW generator. I can tell you how to disassemble specific Hobart dishwashers piece by piece down to the last fuse. I can pretty much tell you how to disassemble a Jeep, but remembering the keys and hot buttons for, video games and YouTube and stuff, I need cheat sheets. I mean, hell, I've got little decals on my screens for remembering what buttons to push for things. I've got hotkey buttons, saved and sticky noted everywhere for OBS and everything. And I mean, I've got a damn cheat sheet for my heart rate monitor, and I mean, there's so much brain power going on, but the visual stimulations is what gets me. It keeps me focused. It keeps my mind going. But I mean, yeah, and paranormal wise, what do I always complain about? These goddamn things here. Look at this little baby face, and then the face in the screen, and then these guys here. It's like, good lord, if you've got the time and energy and the ability and the know-how to create this stuff, then you can create fake this stuff. But this is top 10 scary videos of what the fuck is that. This one was 4 days ago, 1.1 million views. Man, when you fake shit, people really do click on it. I guess that's how it is. But I do this for me. I do this for you. I do this because something's got to break up the monotony of a medical lifestyle here. I'm on the computer working. Doing my stuff for work. I'm here at home doing stuff for work. I get paid to be here all the time, so might as well make it fun for myself. So let's skin this cat, will we?
Concerned father Chris from Fargo, North Dakota says that his 4-year-old son has been behaving very strangely. He says that over the last 3 or 4 days, the child has said that he just doesn't want to go in the bedroom because he says, quote, "There's a monster in there." Obviously, Chris just dismissed these claims as a child's overactive imagination. But then, one night at around 2 a.m., the boy is fast asleep in bed when something happens that Chris and his wife simply can't explain. Something truly shocking. The boy cries out when he appears to get shoved out of bed by some invisible force. Chris says that his son cried out in shock.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's do this panning. What do we got? Next frames. Yeah. Doing this frame by frame. Yeah, usually if you do a frame by frame, you can see if something's been sped up or not. Let's see.
The boy was okay and company appears to get shoved out of bed by some invisible.
Yeah. Yeah. You pay attention to the kid here, and then you're checking the door because the door does open slightly, but the main key of this incident is that the kid didn't just roll out of bed, because if you just roll out of bed, you're not going to get the amount of airtime this kid had. And what I'm talking about airtime here, let's get it back to when he's on the bed. Let's see if we can do that. See, there's the kid crying. I mean, you're talking, he's rolling around like he's pretty much tied up in this blanket here. And then boom, hit like this whole side right here is up. Then you see there he is airtime here. And he's clearly flinging out. But the question here is, where was his head at the time? Because if his head is over here and then his feet are over here, then he may have turned himself in the bed, and then because of his upper body being heavier than his legs would have flung up, and he would have flipped head over, basically feet over head and head coming down, and his feet would land towards the door. So, I mean, there's a lot of airtime here, though. But the skeptic in me, knowing kids will literally tie themselves into their own bedding, and seeing the amount of stuff at the end of the bed, he may have turned in it.
The boy cries out when he appears to get shoved out of bed by some invisible force. Chris says that his son cried out in shock, but thankfully, the boy was okay and completely unharmed. Chris says that the previous owner of their house passed away right in the living room, and he wonders if this tragic history has anything to do with what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, that is too damn quick for just falling out of bed. And he gets plopped out. Like, so, there is that skeptic side of me, but as you can see the way he's laying, he like spun and flipped out, and he clearly went up and over. So this was a real good one. This one I would lean more towards paranormal, because there ain't no parent out there, with an IQ over room temperature that would do this to a kid just for a video click. So this one I'm leaning more towards paranormal, because even if he had spun himself in bed and his head was over there and he flipped out, it is way too fast. I mean, this is literally a throwing him out of the bed here. So, yeah, definitely gonna say paranormal on this one.
To their son, hold the door. A woman named Nadine has been experiencing some very strange and unexplained events in her home in Alabama.
Dude, my deaf boxer, she will do this. She will do this. Dead of night. She'll get up on the bed and stand on the bed and face the door here, and she will growl. She'll do a deep growl. She'll hop off the bed. She'll walk around the desk, and she'll stand in the doorway growling. And then you'll hear the cabinet over here in the hallway open and shut. Like, you can hear it open, and then thump, shut. And she'll be standing right here watching it. I've got a whole cabinet. I've got a whole cabinet full of knickknacks and music boxes and all kinds of stuff from the previous homeowner who died in this room. Two people have died in this room in the past 25 years. Two people have died in this room. So all of their curios and stuff that they loved are right on the other side of the wall.
Now, many viewers believe that they can hear a voice whisper something after the dog barks that sounds like, "Lay over there." But what do you hear, if anything? Some very strange and unexplained events in her home in Alabama. Now, many viewers believe that they can hear a voice.
Yeah, you can hear something under the dog's, cooing, and you can hear it while she's breathing. You can hear her breath, but it is under her breath. So it can't be her saying it, because you hear the inhale and the exhale during the words, and it's hard to whisper in while taking a breath in and out. So
Voice whispers something after the dog barks that sounds like, "Lay over there." But what do you hear, if anything? As for Nadine, she says that she's a skeptic and doesn't really believe in ghosts at all. But then one night, she's looking after her 2-year-old daughter Blake, and something happens that freaks her right out.
Blakey, you okay? Do you want me to go open the door? Why? No? Okay. Okay, I'm honestly freaking the f out, and I don't know what to do. Just a couple minutes ago, I got up and I closed my door because she kept pointing to my room saying, "Mommy, mommy, someone's over there." And she was terrified. She was terrified. Of course, freaking me out. So I went over there and she just said, "No, mommy, come here, mommy, sit, mommy, don't go over there." And so I called the dog and I closed my door, and as you can see, dude, she's still terrified. She's still terrified. She doesn't want me going over there. She doesn't want me to open the door. Dude, I'm terrified. Blakey, mommy's gonna go open the door, okay? I'll be right back. It's okay. I'll be right back. And now she's hiding her face. Dude, what the It's okay, baby. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, tell me I'm not... What do I do?
Little 2-year-old Blake is terrified of something in Nadine's bedroom. So much so that Nadine has to close the door to calm her daughter down. So could it be that little Blake saw a supernatural entity? Or just what was scaring her? Let me know what you think. Her daughter.
Okay.
Well, let's do the
It's okay, baby.
let's see if we can pick anything out. I mean, yeah. If the kid can see something, I mean, I know she's not claiming that she's seeing anything, but you know, it's always good to check. I mean, you never know. I mean, some of these paranormal videos, somebody will miss something.
So could it be that little Blake saw a supernatural entity? Or just what was scaring her? Let me know.
Yeah, I mean, the kid's not taking cues off the mother. The kid was tripping out beforehand. This is another paranormal. This is another really good one. This one's some hot stuff.
What you think. Alone on the farm. Tasha D and her husband move into an 1840s farmhouse in rural upstate New York. The happy couple begins to renovate their new home, but soon Tasha begins to experience some very unsettling and unexplained events. These strange incidents only seem to occur when Tasha is home alone, so her husband is a bit skeptical. So one day, a picture frame in the house inexplicably falls to the floor. Tasha grabs her phone and starts to record in hopes of proving to her husband that something's just not quite right in the old farmhouse.
See, and you think I'm crazy. The first time I'm here by myself, there's a picture on the floor, and it just...
But things soon start to get even weirder, because the family dogs begin to act really strange.
Why are you running?
Another day, and Tasha is recording a candid video of her dogs to post to Snapchat when this happens.
Look at them, destroying the living room over one toy. Silly.
Right after posting the video to Snapchat, a worried friend reaches out to Tasha to warn her about what seems to be a strange shadow-like figure moving up the wall right beside her dogs.
Yeah. See, now here's the thing: like dog videos like this, big thing to check: collars. Always look at their collars. There was several videos where they did videos where they're like, oh, the dogs are acting out and the dogs are affected, but they were using those shock collars, and what you'd look for is the little box on the collar, or you watch for lighting on the collar. These ones, you don't see any of that. The dog is clearly very upset at a specific doorway, and then you have these guys playing, and something is on the wall. And we're going through this. I'm doing the frame rate, man. I'm doing the frame rate. You love the frame rate. Frame by frame. The shadow is clearly behind the lamp shelf dealy. It is really there behind the shelf. It does show up. So yeah, there's no, because you can see right between these two frames, there is no, because you can see the shadow, the light's coming in, like this light right here, this is coming through the window here, so the light's coming this way, light that is hitting off of this white wall back here reflects towards the dogs, which gives you that reflective surface. That's why the light coming off of this, the light comes down, reflects up and over, and that's how you get this shadow. So, I mean, you could follow the shadow of this lamp right here. You can follow the shadow of the ottoman. And as she's paying attention to the dogs, something crawls up the wall. And I'm watching everything in this scene. You're focusing where the arrow's pointing. I'm watching everything here. I'm watching the reflection on the floor in front of it. And you can see right here, yeah, these 4 frames, the shadow is here, but the shadow is also reflected here in the floor. Right there. If this was a superimposed shadow or image, it would not reflect on the wood floor. You'd have to do a separate program for this. So, I mean, to reflect a shadow on the floor and match it to the wood, you'd be going bang on, just crazy with all kinds of programming skills. And there's no darkening, there's no change in this to say, hey, well, maybe something passed the window, which the reflection would then pass that to the wall, because anybody who's done pinhole cameras knows, the reflection of light casts the image of whatever is reflected. You don't get that here. There's a video of a pinhole camera from a guy's garage. The little pinhole slice in the vinyl weather stripping, when he goes inside of his dark garage and looks at the ceiling, the sunlight from outside reflects off the objects outside and reflects a perfect image of his garbage cans and car on the ceiling of his garage. That's a pinhole camera. What you have here would be a pinhole camera. Anything outside would then be reflected off of this and then projected on the wall. You don't see any change in any of this to create that. And it doesn't match any movement of anything else in the room or her.
Tasha has no idea what the creepy shadow could be, so she shares her story to TikTok hoping to find answers. The video soon grabbed the attention of millions of concerned TikTok viewers who wonder if Tasha might have awakened a paranormal presence by renovating the 180-year-old farmhouse. And then, one night just after midnight,
And then? No more and then.
someone rings Tasha's doorbell. When she checks the security camera, what she sees chills her to her core.
Yeah, that's good. These are really, really good. I like these. Look at this. I got the goose pimples, man. Got the goosies. Those are good. Man. Ooh. Makes the nippies hard, man. That's good. I mean, I'm watching this. There's no change in anything. There's no change in the light source over here. There's no blurring. There's no altering of the actual pixels. None of that. I mean, it literally just it's yeah, there it's right there. I mean, it's a dark mass. Here, I'm gonna do this too for you guys. Pop this off real quick. Yeah, I mean, you see everything. You see the chair here, and it. Here, let's do. Yeah, bring this back a couple seconds.
To her core.
The light kicks on. The light picks up on motion, or it will pick up when somebody dings your dinger. Like, there's the light kicks on there. Usually with these cameras, like, see how it gets grainy. This is the infrared lights that emit from it that detect the motion. That's what keys these. Okay. So what we're looking at, there's no. Okay. This light, it is a stagnant light. There's nothing for it to be, diddling. Picks up on motion. And usually, if there's something that would fake it or motion to key it in, you'd see it in the first frame. There is nothing there. Nothing there. You don't see any motion. There's nothing behind my head here. You have the flowers over here. Watch the one closest to the wall. See right there? A little bit of motion there. But that's like plants moving. Yeah, I mean, it literally crawls up the it crawls up. It's right here, and then it's whoosh, takes over the whole damn screen. And it's like, if this was an edited video, you'd see a big crisp cut line here, and this item here would have its own, setting, and back here, this is.
A dark shadow can be seen moving towards the outside deck chair and appears to just take a seat.
Well, I don't think it took a seat. I think it just kind of stood there, like looking in. Like, this is the front porch, so this chair or these chairs would be in front of the window or possibly a door. Like the door might be like in this cubby here, and they just walk past that, because you wouldn't put the cover of the patio here and then have the door over here somewhere. You'd have it over here. So I'm thinking it walked up to the door, and it's just kind of in the looking through the window like this. It's all creepy. It's like, it walked up to the door and is all like, Avon calling.
It then gets up, moves away towards the right, and disappears. So did Tasha and her family move into a haunted farmhouse? Could the renovations be upsetting a lingering paranormal presence, causing it to act out? Let me know what you think. Imaginary friend. A woman from Oregon says that her young daughter claims that there is something living in their basement, hiding in the storage area just underneath the stairs.
Okay, speaking of basements, my aunt, my uncle, my cousins, everybody in my family knows about my grandmother's old house. See, when I was a kid growing up, you know, you walk in the house like you'd come up to the front of the house. I'll put an image of it here, right there. Put it right there. Now you got your front patio, and then the driveway, and you know there is a front door, but everybody used the side door where the driveway is, and then there's a back door. But when you come in through the side door, you walk in, and to your left immediately is the door to the basement, and there's a steps up into the main hallway. To your right is the bathroom, and to your left is the kitchen and dining room area. And if you just like walk up them steps and you turn, and then you turn again, there's a staircase that goes up and turns a corner, and the first room you reach is the playroom. And at the end of the hall, there's like there's other rooms, and then at the very end of the hall is a room, and that room was nailed shut. Ever since I was a kid, like as far back as I can remember, that door was always nailed shut. And my grandfather nailed that door shut. He nailed that door shut when my dad was in school. And my dad had the room that was like right next to it at the end of the hall. And my aunt had the room next to it. So it's like it was room after room. So this house had a bunch of rooms, but Google Maps, this image, you can see a face in that upper window. And I've already done all kinds of investigating and stuff, and I've talked with. I sent a screenshot of it to my aunt, and she said the exact same thing I did. That's the man that I saw in the house. Now, my grandfather, he was in the military, hardcore Marine. My dad, Marine, heavy equipment operator, balls to the wall. Like these guys, you didn't piss them off at all. I mean, my dad was the kind of guy that would pick up the front of a motorcycle, put the front of it on the tailgate, and grab the rear end of the motorcycle and lift it up, and then put the entire motorcycle in the back of a pickup truck by himself. Keeping that in mind, I'm getting chills. My dad wouldn't use the side door. He wouldn't. If he had to use the side door, he would step in, close the basement door, and then walk in. But after my grandfather had passed away, we had to clear out some stuff and go in, and I found myself in the basement. You know, my grandfather wouldn't go in the basement without protection, i.e. a bat, a crowbar, or a hammer. My dad wouldn't go near the basement ever. I found myself in the basement with my cousin, and in the basement, I mean, you could hear voices coming from a crawl space in the wall where the bricks and rocks had fallen through. You could hear voices in it, and it would be voices that sounded like people that were in the house, but you could also hear those people upstairs right above you talking as the voices are coming from the hole in the wall, asking you to come closer. Now, several occasions in the house after my grandmother passed away, and we had gone there to clean up. My cousin had gone upstairs, and he had pulled the nails out of the door, opened the door to that one room, and in the room there was multiple trunks of the previous owners of the house in that room. And some of the items in there, in the trunks, there was, think of the preacher man from Poltergeist 2. Think him. There was a hat like his in the trunk. Right when you open up the trunk, it was sitting there right on top of all the stuff. And that's the person that me, my aunt, my sisters, my dad, and my grandfather had all said we had seen through the windows when nobody's at the house. We had seen him at the end of the hallway going to the back room. We had seen him in the doorway to the pantry. Like, if you walk into the kitchen, there's the steps, and then there's the table right in front of you, but there's a doorway right next to the table, and it goes into the pantry. Now, on the other side of the room, there's a doorway that leads into the living room and the front door area. Now, coming out of the living room, and you turn and you look towards the stairs and that doorway, you'd see, like, this staring through the door, and it was the man in the hat. Look at that. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Like, just bringing it up. Just bringing it up. I am tripping out here. I am yeah, I mean, me and my aunt, we talked about this multiple times. So, I mean, it is a terrifying thing. So, I mean, hearing stuff about basements, man. I will gladly go into tunnels. I will go into all kinds of places that I shouldn't. I'll go alone. But my grandmother's house, no. I will burn it to the ground before I go in the basement or that back room again. And luckily, the city had condemned the house, and they had taken it via eminent domain or something like that, and they are going to turn it into a parking lot for a some kind of condominium that they're putting up over there now. I mean, that house has been there since the founding of Wisconsin, basically. I mean, it is that old. And yeah, I'm not gonna sleep now that I have that fucking in my head now. I'm still goosed up, man. You guys did this to me. That's your fault.
At first, of course, the mother dismisses these claims, just thinking it's the little girl's overactive imagination. But that same day, after hearing something strange coming from the basement, the mom decides to check the footage from their security camera. What she sees chills her to her core.
Oh, schnapps. Ooh.
Did you see it? A small pale hand can be seen reaching out from under the stairs before just disappearing. Even creepier, both the child and the family cat seem to spot this bizarre apparition. The little girl even seems to wave at something that we can't see. Now, unfortunately, this video was shared to the internet without a direct source, so we'll probably never know just what happened here. Now, unfortunately, it seemed to a small. What what she sees chills her to her core.
Okay, like you. This is why I don't like the fucking basement. But I mean, you can see that this is a some kind of. I don't know if this is going into the basement and she's in the basement, and then this is like a storage room in the basement. We don't really know that. I mean, but you can see that there is some kind of space under here. There is lighting in this area and in under here. So I mean, is it connected? I don't think so. I think this is a solid wall. But I mean, let's see. Cut to the kitty. Right now. Okay, so the kitty's there, she's there. Well, she's here, cat's there, and yeah, you can see the hand there. It comes in. I mean, it is a mist, and then it is a hand, and then it comes up, and then disappears into the background. And like, if this was a faked image, you'd see the pixelization, you'd see the clean lines again. No matter how much you do this, unless you're spending 40 hours plus zooming in and out and then airbrushing specific points with every single frame, you're not gonna be able to fake something this good. And you see the hand, and it's clearly that far back. And it is casting a shadow. The hand is casting a shadow right here. This hand is physically casting a shadow right here. See it right there? See that? See the blink right here? Watch right at the tip of this. See the change? That hand is casting a physical shadow, which means it actually exists in that plane.
Did you see it? A small, this bizarre apparition. The little girl even seems to wave at something that we can't see. Now, unfortunately, this video was shared to the internet without a direct source, so we'll probably never know just what happened here. What walks in the woods? Ready?
A bear.
User No Recognition 1998 says that this video was caught on a trail cam 20 miles out into the Idaho woods in the middle of nowhere.
20 miles in the middle of the woods is the middle of nowhere for you? Dude, it takes 2 hours to get to my property out in the middle of nowhere. 20 miles.
Now, there is no reason that anyone would be this far out in these isolated woods at this time of night. So what is this? Someone or something walks past a forest trail cam at 4.
Yeah, I mean, it is clearly stomping. And, you'd think that you'd be picking up on some feet here, man. But this thing doesn't have feet. There's no feet.
In the morning, in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere. Curious Reddit viewers point out that this strange humanoid figure just looks kinda off. They say it's perhaps not even human at all, as it seems to have very pale skin, thin frail arms, and a long neck. Now, is this a very lost and very strange person wandering around the remote?
Yeah, no shirt. What looks like maybe like scrub pants. But the arm, like this arm right here is like in a tweaked out, thing, and then the other arm is like, and then the big long neck. This is a good one. I like this video. This is good. Like, this is what I look for. This is what I look for when I'm doing these.
Woods of Idaho? Or is it something else? I leave that for you to decide.
This is one of them Appalachian Mountain hillbillies type thing. Like, this guy's mother is his sister, cousin, and aunt all at once, and his dad's his brother, nephew, and that's why he looks like this. I mean, this gives me I hear the banjos and the hills have eyes when seeing something like this.
Lurking in the darkness. Now, this next extremely popular video was suggested so much, probably close to 1,000 times, there was really no choice but to feature it here on Nukes Top 5. So, Dustin Frazier says that he works the night shift at an allegedly haunted hotel in Gatlinburg.
I'm gonna find this guy, and I'm gonna shit in his shoe. Ooh! Oh, God, I hope he gets it stuck in his zipper.
Tennessee. One night, Dustin is recording a Snapchat video to send to his friend when something happens.
I feel so bad because
Audience Dustin lives in London, England. But during camera, Reddit user Justin says that he
I skipped that little shit.
and his family recently bought and moved into a historic 1800s terrace house in London, England. But during renovations, Justin says his doorbell security camera caught something really creepy.
Okay, being in London, prowlers are out like crazy right now, and they have been for the past couple of years. There's been a lot, like, the level was here and it's now up here, of prowlers. They know the look and shape of Ring cameras. They will hide behind something like a door frame there and check to see what the camera is. My bet is this is a prowler looking for things to steal or homes to burglarize, because it is the new thing. It's just how shit goes now. But again, we have the far distance pixelization. The camera doesn't pick it up because the person's wearing specific color clothing, to where the camera is confusing it with the backdrop. Yeah, you can hear the footsteps and the stepping in the gravel and stuff. You can hear that.
Around 10 p.m. at night, someone or something can be seen quickly taking a peek at Justin's front door. Then whoever or whatever it is appears to walk past the car in the driveway before disappearing off camera. Now, with the house's 200-year history, Justin is worried that his renovations might have triggered some paranormal presence to act out. But worried Reddit viewers warn Justin that he might be dealing with something even scarier. A trespassing stranger that is scoping out his house for unknown reasons. So is this a ghost Or is this a very real and potentially dangerous person? You decide. Frozen in fear. In this creepy video, a woman begins recording when
Ooh, Frozen. Makes me want a hot pocket. I'm hungry. Damn it.
her dog refuses to come back inside.
Puppy. Get your nose. Yeah. So, ooh, that's like the perfect thing to show you. Like, okay, this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about clean lines. See how my hand, like, ooh, my hand's in his nose. See the clean line right here. That's what I'm talking about.
Their house.
And that's ADHD, like, in a nutshell for you. Like, I shop like a lawn dart. I don't know where I'm going to land.
The dog seems frozen in place and refuses to even look back at his owner as she calls to him.
Nigel, what are you doing?
I wouldn't answer you either if you called me Nigel.
Nigel.
Go. Okay, so what do we have here? Let's okay, what I'm doing is I am looking down the pixels of the monitor to see the difference in the pixels of the object, because this blows my mind how people haven't figured this out yet. Okay, I see the shape of the eyes and the face, and it's coming in. Okay, between these two frames, you see the gray chest and the gray arms right there. Okay, so I'm going to outline this because I can see it on the OBS. I can see it on the OBS, but not on the monitor here, because this both of these monitors are anti-glare and everything. I mean, you people might not be able to see the pixelization right here, but I can, because I'm superhuman. But here it is. This is the outline that you see for the chest, and then you have an arm right here and an arm right here, and you have two legs. One's right here and one's right here. This is a raccoon. It is a raccoon, people.
The dog appears to be frozen in fear as it stares at something behind a shed in their backyard. When the woman slowly looks around the corner, her heart almost stops as she sees two creepy glowing eyes staring right back at her. Now the video abruptly ends here and was reposted to the internet by social media.
Yeah, it was a raccoon. It was a raccoon. The raccoon stood up on its hind legs like, "Wanna fight? You wanna fight? I'll bite your ear off." Yeah, it was a raccoon. The dog was like, "Friend, you're my friend. What do your feet taste like?"
Outlets that just don't bother to credit the source. So with no explanation, it's hard to say exactly what's going on here. But the dog's freaked out reaction is...
It's not freaked out. You can tell the dog's posture here. This is the laying down to get on their level posture. My dogs do it all the time with each other. They get low, and their butt is hovering off the ground slightly, and they're like, "We're gonna play. You and I are gonna play. We're gonna do some tic-tac-toe." Yeah, that's what it's doing. This is natural habit. If it was freaked out or tripping balls, the tail would be straight out, or it would go straight out and then curl abruptly and stiff, like it's like, ooh. The tail will literally point at a target and be like, and you'd see the hair up, you'd see the ruff of the neck, the scruff back here would be raised. The ears would be perked up and pointed and targeting the item or object. This dog is trying to make itself as narrow and low to the ground as possible. This is the pounce stage, having two dumbasses. If it was in anger or frustration or fear, the ears would be pointed at its target. These ears are back and down. It's not focusing on anything. It's trying to make itself aerodynamic. I don't need your help explaining dog behavior.
Strange. So just what do you think this dog is seeing looking back from the darkness? Cursed. A young woman in Japan claims that her grandmother kept a cursed photo album locked in one of her cupboards. The woman believes that her grandmother might have dabbled in dark magic, and that the cursed photo album and her grandmother's strange rituals might have led to her grandfather's strange, unexplained death 12 years earlier. Her grandfather allegedly took his own life inside the home, but the circumstances were very suspicious. The young woman says that for her part, she once viewed the cursed album herself, but that she became seriously ill immediately afterwards.
These are images of a geisha ceremony. I was trying to think of that word. My brain was fried. This is a geisha ceremony. Or geisha. Is it geisha? Geisha? Yeah, it's definitely been. This thing has obviously survived a flood, and giving the area. I mean, they're hit with tsunamis and stuff, so that this probably survived. These may be photos of her grandmother when her grandmother was younger and doing this stuff.
Since then,
Yeah, that was a stage. That was a stage. There. Yeah, that's a stage. That's a stage. Those are stage props. So she was probably in a play or doing this for a dinner theater. But yeah, this is all water damage. Now, I know what you're going to say. This is a handprint. You see, this is a thumb and those are fingers. No, this all the images on the paper, all the stuff, god damn it, all the stuff is going this way. So this was the top of the book, and the book was on a shelf, and water got on it, and the water just kind of drained down this way. So this grandmother was more than likely a performance artist, dancer. Basically this Japan and stuff. This is basically their version of ballet.
Since then, the young woman's grandmother has passed away, but she is still afraid.
That was an image from one of those Urbex Urban Explorer guys.
Afraid of the home and the creepy photo album. She asks anonymous paranormal investigator Kaneko to remove and destroy the album, warning him that everyone who views the photo album becomes ill, and that some of her
you probably came ill because there's mold on it.
Family even believes that the cursed album can possess the viewer. So Kaneko explores the old abandoned home and finds the album. But he too starts to become ill and is forced to quickly leave the house, leaving behind both his phone and camera as he dashes out. YouTube channel Fourth Wall is contacted and asked to retrieve his equipment and analyze the footage. What they find is downright chilling. Recovered footage from a phone that was used as a static camera shows a portrait of the woman's late grandfather just falling to the floor for unknown reasons. But that's not all, because Kaneko has actually recorded the moment he found and looked through the cursed photo album on camera. Something happens that Kaneko claims that he doesn't remember at all. Something terrifying.
For an old photo album, that's like that type the spiral bound crimpy deals on that. That's like 80s. Yeah. As you can see, the home is abandoned. It is a urban explorer's abandoned building. Most knuckles will go into places like this and pose things to make them more terrifying. This is a posed object. This is people messing with the area. It's just how it goes. People have no respect. If you're exploring everything, leave no trace. Think of urban exploring like camping. Pack it in, pack it out, leave no trace. You don't want to go there and leave a bunch of evidence that you were there. You really don't. You just want to go in, get your photos, get your video, talk a little bit about the place, and then skedaddle. No evidence.
とりあえずアルバムを見てみます。
Something free album. This is here. Damn it. Yeah, see the water damage here. This is water damaged. This has been rebound, but the anybody I don't know if any of you guys have the old family photo albums where it has the plastic and you peel the plastic back, you put your photos in there, and then you put the plastic back down and it kind of like seals with like this weird sticky line glue shit. These came in specific like leather, actual leather folders, binders with the, it's like a wood wood cover, and then it's leather bound, and it came in spirals. This has been rebound in a new plastic binding, so these are older than the actual thing itself. Yeah, it's in a strange state of decay because the original, this has been water damaged, and the original binder has been replaced, more than likely by the grandmother. Yeah, see the damage on this and the damage on the other side, they coincide with water damage, sun damage. More than likely, somebody had looked through the book, left it open. The sun kind of beat on some of the stuff. More than likely, the shimmying and shaking knocked something over. The buttons, people. Fucking microphone, get out of my way. Diddly dookie. Okay. Yeah, you can see something right here on the other side of this, but what I'm looking at and focusing on is the dropping of the camera, its placement on the floor as opposed to how it was supposedly found. Yeah, that was set down. The camera fall. He says he dropped it, but it literally points at the wall, and then he does this on his way down. So, yeah, doodly doo. Yeah. Okay, what I'm going to propose here is what he had done is he had gone in there with the preconceived notion that he was going to alter the scene in a way that it was more fitting towards faking a paranormal event. Oh, I dropped my camera. I don't remember what I did after the camera fell. I just remember being outside when after it happened, and I'm too afraid to go in there myself. Okay, so what he did was he took the camera and he's like, he basically did this. Oh no, and then he's moving stuff around to continue the fake evidence. Now, the footsteps of him going away are probably his, and what we're probably going to hear now is footsteps coming in. But the problem with this is it's not a stereo microphone, so the sound you hear could be coming from anywhere in the room.
Did you see it? Kaneko hears a strange sound coming from somewhere inside the house. But when he turns to look, someone can be seen kneeling behind the glass of a sliding door. But Kaneko says there was no one else inside that house with him.
Okay, so what this is this is a butt. The leg goes here. This is the waist. This is the back. What you have here is the belly. Here's the arm. Here's the arm. The head is here, and they're facing this way. So they're literally just kind of sitting there. Which way am I going, damn it? They're literally sitting there like this. Like that. That's how they're sitting. So,
After analyzing the footage, YouTube channel Fourth Wall believes that the woman's grandmother might have been responsible for her grandfather's death, and that his spirit is unable to move on. Watcher in the woods.
yeah. The guy is probably setting up something, but my best guess is the person that he sent to get the camera back is the person that was sitting there, and they had just made this whole ordeal up to get more paranormal ghost stories going about the house, because that kind of attention brings more stuff to said house.
YouTuber Creepy Outdoors frequently sets out to explore and spend the night deep in the wilderness of Canada. On one of these trips, he sets up camp just like any other night and scouts through the woods with a flashlight and a GoPro camera. But this time, something very unexpected happens, and things take a creepy turn.
No, you don't.
Oh, hi. What the hell?
Everybody knows that if I hear something, yeah, a rat tat 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 tat. Whether it's that or the other 126, 36. I don't know. I bought like 12 this year.
I need to get out of here. Oh, boy. Oh. Okay. That was f***ing creepy.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm going camping, I'm going to be bringing something other than just a GoPro and a freaking flashlight. Okay, I'm going to open up the camera mode here. Okay. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this, and then that, and then I'm going to do this, and then where's my rotate button? Whatever. Yeah. So just on the top of my cabinet, there's a couple up there, and then I'm going to take a picture of this way, and that's the one next to the bed. And then you guys all see this one, and then there's another one here, and two more over there, and one there, and like 9 or 10 over here, a couple out there. If I get any more, I'm going to be tripping over them.
I need to get out of here.
The camper thinks he hears movement in the remote woods, so he cuts his flashlight so he can't be seen. But the joke is on him, because just then, a high-pitched voice can be heard calling out, "I see you."
Oh, oh, hi.
Okay, so the thing with this is you can hear the voice and that slight echo, and then he calls, and then you can hear the slight echo. So the voice is of somebody really there, probably. But again, we don't know where he's walking. We don't know where his base camp is, and we don't really know if he truly was alone out there. He may have had a friend with him, and like the friend's like, "I see you," as a joke. So we don't know, but we're going to stick with that on the safe side, the more realistic side, until we have better, evidence.
Now he's feeling a little on edge and wondering if there might be someone or something stalking him in the dark woods. He decides to just quickly head back to the safety of his camp. The experienced explorer says this is the scariest sound he's ever heard in the woods. Even though he was somewhere deep in the Canadian wilderness and completely removed from any towns or cities, he says that he hopes that the voice belonged to just a fellow camper having a laugh.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be my hope. But, again, I carry, and if I'm going to be out in the woods, even out at my property out in the middle of nowhere, one of the big things that I bring with me is a thermal camera. People don't expect you to have thermal or infrared night vision headgear, because if I hear something, I'm checking the thermal first, because people will see you have a flashlight and they'll try to sneak up in the dark. If they see just like the glow of something on your face, they're not going to know that you're tracking their body heat within 500 feet of your position, so you can see them far better than they can see you.
You can watch this entire video over on the YouTube channel, Creepy Outdoors.
And I might just sub to that to see what the hell's going on over there. But yeah, this was a really, really good one. A really good one. And I'm gonna edit this, eat some Hot Pockets, take the dogs for a piss, and go from there. I mean, this was a good long one today. So I'll talk to you guys later. Keep on keeping on, man.